Danny, we're talking to a man here who can delay gratification, who's disciplined enough to give up comfort.
I think balance is very important.
You sound like a very rich person.
Really?
TheSmartLocal.com. Today, we invited two wealth advisors to guess different individuals' net worth. There will be 4 brackets of classifications: 2,500, 25,000, 250,000, and 2,500,000. In round 1, they will base their first impressions through our participants' curated photos. In round 2, they will interact and gather information from our participants before segregating them into various classifications. Let's meet our wealth advisors.
Yeah, so I'm Danny. I'm with Enquiries and I'm on the client experience team as an analyst. Enquiries is a digital wealth platform in Singapore, here to help you invest your CPF, SRS and cash.
Hi, I'm Maddie and I'm also an analyst with Danny on the client experience team, and we're here today to guess people's net worth. All right, judge a book by its cover. Let's go.
Let's give it a try.
Okay.
He looks a bit more mature, probably in his 50s.
I see a Nintendo Switch for I'm guessing his son. Drives his own car.
Looks like a pretty big car if you see the back.
Someone like that looks like he's going on holidays with family. And just guessing from age alone, I mean,
He's probably
working for a while, earns quite a good income, assuming that he can take them on holiday.
Let's see the rest.
Yeah. Caitlin, she's got some fancy watches. In fact, the watches all look different, so maybe she owns quite a lot of watches.
The kitchen looks very nicely done. You can see the island.
I'd say she's probably upper middle class.
Yeah.
She looks pretty young to me,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing prime earning years.
Let's see the rest.
Wow.
She looks young, early 20s. Not sure whether she started work yet.
A lot of traveling, and usually when you work, you don't really have that much time to travel.
Right.
That is probably somewhere in the Mediterranean with the color scheme, unless she's got very good Instagram filter.
Just from age alone, it can be quite telling. It is very hard to accumulate that large asset base. Okay, let's see the next one.
person.
Maverick. I immediately noticed the shoes.
Isn't that bought from SAF?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's
You
the
get credits
Ima
for
shoe.
that, right?
And he's wearing it overseas. That tells me that this guy's frugal.
Are you sure this is overseas? Oh wait, he's wearing a puffer jacket. Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Unlike me.
wear that
Sorry.
in Singapore, yeah. Looking at the pictures, it does seem that cameras are recurring. Photography can be a pretty expensive hobby.
know.
And lenses do not come cheap. Go for 3 to 5K.
He's probably
Low to mid tier.
Let's go next.
Shoe, her hair.
Yep.
I see 3 different hairstyles. Her pictures do show her enjoying a certain type of lifestyle.
Basically, she's got her outfit down for everyone. That one's sophisticated. This is I'm an adventurer, explorer outfit.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Seems pretty young, traveling a lot, spending a lot, so net worth base might not be that great.
Yeah. So what do you think, Maddie?
If I just go by the pictures, Caitlin looked like she was quite well off, and she didn't look like she had any kind of financial obligations. I would have thought that maybe Pang's the highest, but actually, he's got kids, probably has to pay for the university, so maybe that might set him back.
So I think that we can agree that we're putting Caitlin at number 1 just by the pictures.
Yeah, but maybe the two of them are
I
tie.
think Pang is probably a
They could-
close
yeah.
second. For third, I would actually go with Shu, just because of that lifestyle. It seems a little bit more towards the extravagant side. Just under her, I'd probably get Maverick. That hobby is a pretty expensive one. The only one that I have issues with is between Winner and Mav, but I'm just gonna put Winner slightly below Mav just because of the age.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think those are our guesses.
And now, it's time to meet the participants.
How do you think about net worth? What does net worth mean to you?
Assets like your property, your car, whatever you own under your name.
Do you include your CPF, your MediSave account, all of that as well?
I do.
Are you a fan of hot pot?
Love.
Hai Di Lao?
Yes, I love Hai Di Lao. I love hot pot. But then I go for the cheaper alternative more, which is Shi Li Fang. It's almost as good. You should try it.
It is almost as good, but not quite.
Not quite.
I like, but not very often.
Not very often. Do you like Hai Di Lao?
Never been there.
Now with COVID and everything, but you can't really eat out as often, at least a couple of months back.
Right.
Do you find yourself ordering in a lot?
I usually go out and buy back.
I used to. Then I feel like it was a bit too excessive. I just moved out, so I order food now.
see.
I never actually ordered Grab or order delivery myself before.
Never.
Not even in
nice.
COVID?
Also because I live very far from wherever you can find food.
Oh.
So it's hard for me to get used to.
Don't say what you say.
Huh? Okay, sorry.
Where are you staying, bro?
What is the most expensive thing that you've purchased in the last year?
Can I say stocks?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Like single stocks or...
Yeah, single stocks.
Okay.
KTV set and a JBL speaker.
My hair.
Wait, it's fake? Like, do you get your hair done often?
Once every half a year-ish.
How much do you say you'd spend on your hair maintenance and grooming products?
600-700 for 6 months.
100 a month. Okay, so pre-COVID, were you someone who traveled a lot?
For work, yes.
Do you fly economy, business class?
Usually premium economy. Very, very rare it will be business.
Is it worth the upgrade, or is it like actually premium economy is enough?
I would like to have business, of course. But, but the price is a lot more. So sometimes 20 hours is not quite worth it. That's what I think.
Danny, we're talking to a man here who can
Yes.
delay gratification, who's
Yes.
disciplined enough to give up comfort.
Yes.
I think balance is very important.
You sound like a very rich person.
Really?
You do.
I travel more to JB every single month.
Are you going there to buy discounted goods, do your shopping?
Stop reading my mind, yes. Things are half price. Divide by 3, why not? Normally bulk buy is cheaper a little bit if you were to count by months. Traveling in is another question. Stuck in the jam. If you go by train, it's faster, but you need to book 1 month beforehand.
Sounds like you plan a lot of these things.
Of course.
And if someone's planning a lot of the things that they do, they tend to be pretty good at like keeping track of their
Yeah,
finances.
exactly. So outside of all these expenses, that other bucket of money that you have, do you invest it?
Nope,
None at all.
none at all.
Okay, so what do you do with that excess money? Do you just stick it in the bank or?
Stick it in the bank, cash is king.
So the thing about investment is you listen to what your financial advisor advise you, you follow, then you forget.
Bruh.
But you just keep paying to invest.
Yes, I think everyone should do that. You have to catch up with the inflation as a minimum. But how much risk you want to take, I think is individual appetite.
I put my money in robo-advisors
Just curious, why do you choose to go with a robo-advisor?
because I don't have time to do my homework. I don't have time to go and read up on the financial markets and all this. So I rather just put all my money in robo-advisors and let them do their thing.
I mean, that's a very mature approach because actually before you go into things, you should do your own due diligence. You can't just rely on like what
Yeah.
your friends say. So I think that's a very mature response. Okay, so what do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm in my last year of uni, but I'm also doing social media as a content strategist.
I work as an office manager in an advertising and media firm.
I'm a video producer.
The team lead for a video team.
Working as a chief operating officer for a multinational company.
So on top of your day job, do you have like a side hustle or things that bring in extra income, that passion projects?
I used to freelance a bit, now not so much, but I'm trying to think of a business that I can start in the F&B industry because
Oh,
I'm very
wow.
interested in food.
Me and my friend, we are working on a tech venture together.
Oh wow.
I post pictures on Instagram. Sometimes it's paid for.
Okay.
So that's the side income-ish.
At 2.5k for net worth, we have Weena. She's still relatively young, and again, at a younger age, it's really hard to accumulate that large asset base to put her in a higher net worth bracket.
Number 2, we're gonna call in Sue. Same kind of thought process. She's relatively young. Her career, where maybe it's a little bit less stable because she's a video producer. She's also shared she loves doing her hair.
Number 3, at a 250k, we have Maverick. He does dabble in photography, which does seem like an expensive hobby. Also, he is someone that has segregated some of his monies into investments.
Caitlin, talk about going to JB every month to make sure that she buys things on the cheap. Guessing that she is someone who is of a relatively sound financial net worth.
And finally, for our 2.5 million net worth person, we are selecting Pang. Me and Maddie can say that this is one of our more confident selections because of his mature age, because of his history in employment.
Yeah, it would be a reasonable guess given
Yeah.
that he's had a long runway to accumulate assets.
For the people who belong to the actual bracket, just stay there. For those who doesn't belong there, you can move to where you actually should be.
I knew it! I told you! I told you.
Hey, we didn't get
Come
too far
on.
off. We didn't get too far off.
I think what threw us off was actually that when Maverick talked about like investing, it sounded like he was very confident. It also sounded from the hints about where he lived that he may have had, you know, some capital to start with in investing.
Can you teach me how to be like Pang?
So
but like half the timeline.
there's a sizable age difference. So that's just going to be a factor of time. And if you can get started as soon as you can, you allow time to compound your returns.
How should I get started?
Essentially, when you are starting out, it's best to work with people you trust. Make sure that they're transparent and able to share with you any fees that you're paying and the ongoing kind of nature of those fees, as well as whether or not the returns are, you know, within your own comfort zone.
A really good place to begin that train of thought is to determine what your risk tolerance is. A very general one would be how much drawdown you can expect to see within 12 months without you exiting the investment.
Like how much I'm willing to lose.
That's correct. And then from there, you can use that metric to advise you about what is a risk-appropriate portfolio for yourself.
With regards to like the meme stocks, like GME, AMC, or maybe a bit of like cryptocurrency, these are deemed as high risk, high reward. What is your take on like those kind of investments?
For a lot of people, when they see the returns that are posted publicly, for most people, they don't realize who is not posting are those people who have lost a lot of money doing this. There's no such thing as a free lunch. When someone wins a lot of money out of such an investment, there is someone paying for it on the other side. And that can be 5 guys who have lost their life savings, or a uni student who has put down their tuition loan money because they think they can double it overnight. Every investment comes with its own dangers. Do not go into an investment that you don't understand.
I would like to invest with my CPF. How should I do it?
So the way that the CPF OA system is set up, you're not going to touch these monies for a really, really long time if you're not using it for specific purposes. So because of that, you have a longer investment horizon, and it does make sense for you to invest your monies in a slightly more aggressive portfolio, obviously still risk appropriate for yourselves, but to target that slightly higher expected return.
That 2.5% that your OA generates is guaranteed by the Singapore government. Investments do not have a guaranteed return. Capital is also not guaranteed. So those are things that you need to be aware of. Take a look at who are CPF eligible investment platforms. There are many platforms that you can use out there. Obviously, we're from Endowus, so we're going to say like, hey, you know, consider coming to Endowus, because we do offer a holistic digital wealth platform where you can invest your cash, your SRS, and your CPF.
How to understand, you know, how does this robos investor, you know, advisors work?
We have an online platform where you can onboard seamlessly. From there, we will ask you to give us certain information such as your risk tolerance, and using that information, we will advise you about what portfolio we think works best for you. You can choose to undertake it or customize it. Thereafter, you can invest seamlessly, completely online.
And of course, the main thing really is, you know, you got to get started. In fact, it's great that most of you have thought about it. Best thing next is to actually take the action to get started. Find the platform or the people that you're happy working with. Get your money working for you.
Thank you, Maddie and Danny, for sharing more about investing with us today. If you would also like to start investing, we do have a referral code for you. You can check out in the description box below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and watch our other videos over there.